You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing.
Hi friends, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica J. This is Jessica J Create, where I create and share with the hopes of inspiring and connecting with you. And in today's video, I am bringing you a pattern review for the cape I am wearing here today. This Vogue pattern is actually the first ever collaboration that I've ever done. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to share it with you today. The actual video will be a pattern review, but I do want to talk a little bit about the collaboration. So I had the honor to collaborate with the most fabulous sewing ladies on the internet here today. Donna of Donna's Things here on YouTube. Maxine, who goes by Lady K. She does not have a YouTube, but she's fabulous, don't worry. And Anmaree of Anmaree's Workshop. We are all doing the cape that I'm currently wearing, which is Vogue 9288. We all have our own takes, our own flair, our own style, and I cannot wait to see the final product of all the ladies. We have been connecting a bit during the process, but I have not seen everyone else's final look, so I'm really excited, and I hope that they like mine. Being able to do a collaboration is such an honor, and it made me feel so connected, so loved, just inspired and excited to be able to do what I do when it comes to sewing, and made me feel a lot less alone. You know, it can be a very solitary activity. You know, you're mainly in your own space creating your pieces. You may be able to share them kind of with others on the internet, or maybe you go to a sewing night or something like that, but I found for the most part this is a hobby that it is very solitary. So I'm just honored and I'm excited and I'm happy that I was able to participate in this collaboration with these wonderful ladies, and I hope for many more in the future. Now, without further ado, I'm going to be looking down because I do have my notes here. I want to give you all the details about this pattern. So to start up, again, the pattern number is Vogue 9288. It is rated as very easy. Its size range is from extra small to extra extra large in 2 envelopes. Now the description on the website is an unlined cape, have length variations, front pockets, and front button closures. B and C have a self belt. It does have 3 different lengths for you to choose from. It does say that it is figure flattering, so all figures will look good in this particular pattern. The fabric recommendations are medium weight woolens, fleece, and denim, and it's unsuitable for obvious diagonals. You are going to need 10 1 1/8 inch buttons. Those are pretty large buttons. Now going into this, I actually had a completely different fabric in mind, a different view that I wanted to do. I wanted to do the next longest view, but I did not have enough of that fabric to complete the project, and it was somewhat damaged because it was thrifted material. So I was feeling really discouraged and remembered that I had this fabric here that I ended up making it out of. And so I put together the pieces and was able to get this kind of cut out and taken care of. I did make a few alterations to the pattern. So I added a lining. Of course, the pattern does not come with a lining or instructions for installing a lining, but I did find that if you have some experience, it was not too difficult to do. I also added belt loops for the belt, simply because there's nothing else holding it to the actual cape. So if you were to take this off, for example, you'd have to hold on to 2 pieces. You'd have to hold on to the cape and you'd have to hold on to the belt. And so by adding the loops, I'm able to wear it as one and then kind of carry it around as one piece if you don't want to always have the cape on. I also use interfacing around my buttonholes and buttons, as well as on the collar stand, well, I guess collar here. So going into notions and fabric sourcing, the fabric that I use for the outer shell of this cape is an upholstery fabric. It was a remnant left over from my last creative space. I actually did make a dress out of this fabric as well last year, and so this was the last little bit that I had of it. The lining and the lace that I added were both thrifted from the same thrift shop. Very inexpensive, beautiful color, and I thought it added just the right touch to the design. As far as notions, I did not find 1 1/8 inch buttons, and my machine does not create buttonholes that large. So I decided to go ahead with these 7/8 inch buttons that I found from Etsy. They are vintage. The shop name is Boomtown Express, and I'll have their shop linked down below. So some suggestions for your notions, fabric sourcing, prep, things like that. The button size is flexible. It's really whatever size you feel comfortable putting on your garment. You can see what 7/8 inch look like on me, but keep that in mind if you're having a hard time sourcing that many buttons for that size. And also keep in mind that the inside of your garment may be visible. Well, it will be visible. So think about how you want to finish your seams. Are you going to serge them? Do you want to do a Hong Kong seam, a bias seam? Think about that while you're sourcing everything, because you may want to pick up some bias tape if you decide to go that route. You may want to pick up coordinating serger thread, something of that nature, or you may want to pick up a lining like me. Just something to think about while you're sourcing. So some notes on cutting. The pattern does have 10 pattern pieces. They are fairly large, especially depending on which view you decide to make. So you may need to cut this on the floor or large dining room table or something of that nature. I did make view A, which is the shortest view, because of my fabric limitations and the size of the pattern pieces. As far as time to cut, it was fairly quick. While the pieces are large, the seaming is very simple. So I do believe it is easy to sew and easy to cut for that nature. Now, I personally paid special attention to the pockets. Because of how busy my print is, I wanted the pockets to be seamless. So in order to achieve that, I did overlay the print so that it perfectly matched up, and I did have to seam together one of my pockets because I didn't have enough fabric left that would match the print perfectly. But I believe because the pattern is so busy, you can't really tell that there's a seam there, and it's better than having cut the pocket so that it didn't match up. That would have been more noticeable in my opinion. So if you do have a fabric that is as busy as mine, keep that in mind. You know, maybe have enough left over to match up the print. Some notes on the sewing process. This whole cape can be sewn on your sewing machine. Again, keep in mind how you want to finish the inside seams, because if you do want to, say, serge them, you'll need a serger. Otherwise, it can be completely done on your sewing machine. It will need to have a buttonhole attachment on your machine, and be prepared to do slightly slanted buttonholes. So they're a little bit tricky, but practice a few times and you'll be able to get it, no problem. So some details I personally love about my cape. Obviously the fabric. It's a showstopper. It's springy, it's fun, it's floral. It has a linen-like feel, which doesn't mean it wrinkles a bit, but I'm okay with that. I think it adds to the character of the piece. My buttons were wonderful. I'm so glad I was able to find those online, because I could not find 10 buttons that were that size anywhere that would look good on this fabric. Very happy with that. I adore my lining. That little peak of lavender. Oh, it's so pretty. I had fun with attaching my label to the inside, adding all that little lace trim that was just in my stash. And really, this was a fun sew. And sometimes you need just some nice, fun, easy, stylish, versatile pieces in your wardrobe. And I don't think we wear enough capes, okay? They're so fabulous. We need to do something about that. As a community, we need to wear more capes. Don't mean to get on my soapbox here, but it's so fun to wear and so easy. And it's just, I don't know, gives main character energy all the way. So all in all, I give this pattern a 5 out of 5 bobbins for just its ease, its versatility, it's fun. One thing that I would change about my version of this pattern is simply the fact that I didn't have enough fabric and I had to do so much piecing. So my facing pieces are pieced at the bottom, and then my belt is as well. Because the print is so busy, I don't think that anyone will notice, but it does bother me a little bit, but I have to let it go. I deduct a few points because it did not have belt loops and it didn't come with pieces for the lining, but I still think this is a great pattern, and I personally feel fabulous in mine. So you'll feel fabulous in yours. Make it! Anyway, I don't have anything else. Okay. I hope that you have enjoyed this pattern review as much as I have enjoyed creating this piece and filming this review for you. Thank you so much to Donna, Maxine, and Anmaree for collaborating with me on this cape. I am forever honored and grateful and happy to have been able to do this with you. I really am. As one of my goals for the new year was to be more connected and do more things like collaborations, and you know, it feels nice to be included. With that being said, now that you've watched my video, go ahead and hop down to their channels. Maxine's piece, Lady K, hers will be on Donna's videos. So go ahead and go to Donna's channel, go to Anmaree's channel, and watch their videos as well. I am definitely heading there next, so yeah.
With us it's all or nothing.